What's up, guys? I'm Kyle. I'm Cody's older brother. I thought that I would put together this little thing called Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers, just to kind of give you guys more information after the games are played and kind of to get ready for the next games. I don't want to step on Trent's toes or Johnny's toes, so my thing's kind of a little bit separate. It's not really a review, it's not really a prediction, um, but it's hopefully information that you can take to this league and other leagues that you might be in. If not, it's just my opinion. You don't have to do anything I say. I just, I put a little bit of effort into it, so I hope you guys take it well. So, how it works is I'm going to kind of pick three or four players that I think need to be pointed out, either for good or bad reasons. So, you'll have a finder, a keeper, a loser, and a weeper. And each week, hopefully, you guys can get a kick out of it, get some information out of it, and it's just something fun for us to do and listen to. So, to start off, I'll kind of go through each title as we get to it. So this week is the finder, and that's going to be usually like a waiver pickup or a trade or a late round guy that just kind of sparks onto the scene. So this week, man, Dakota picking up that Travis Benjamin kid for 42 and a half points, which is ridiculous. So he had three catches for 115 yards. So there's 15 points there. Then he has two touchdowns, which were on passes. So you get the two touchdown passes plus two extra points for it being over a 50-yard pass. Then he had one punt return for a touchdown. So there's another touchdown. And then in our league specifically, we have all purpose yards. So guys like Tyler Lockett, this guy Travis Benjamin, Micah Hyde in Green Bay, those guys that maybe could get like a bunch of yards on punts and kick returns or even touchdowns are some guys that have a little bit more weight in our league, so they might be worth looking into for like your flex spots and stuff like that. But man, the guts of Dakota to pick that guy up, because I saw him last week. I live in Columbus, and so we only have the Browns and the Bengals on TV. I saw Johnny throw that touchdown, and I thought, hey, maybe this guy's something. But he got like one more catch the rest of the game, and I thought, he's a boomer bust guy. He'll only catch a touchdown every other game, and I don't want that sitting on my bench. Dakota grabbed him. Dakota played him. Dakota got 42 and a half points. So good move, Dakota. I still wouldn't play him every week. I think that's a bad idea, but I think this week, kudos. So the next guy we're going to move on to, that was our finder. Now we're going to move on to the keeper. And this will be someone who's underperforming or hasn't busted on to what they're supposed to be yet. Maybe last week I would have done someone like a Peyton Manning who looked bad, but we know is better than that. This one is going to be for injury reasons, and I'm going to pick Joseph Randle, the running back from Dallas. Now, I know no Dez, no Tony. You've got Brandon Weeden in front of you. He's a bum. But if not the best, one of the best offensive lines. You're still a run-heavy team. I think now, especially with Weeden coming in, trying to figure out how to start, they're going to rely on you a lot. You're going to get touches. Darren McFadden is awful. I mean, even in garbage time, he didn't put up a lot of numbers. So I think you're safe number one. I think they're still going to run. I think maybe Lance Dunbar was your only competition with catching out of the backfield, but last game they threw a couple passes to you, so you're still going to be fine. I think owners that have him shouldn't be worried. I think he's still probably like maybe a RB2 spot. I wouldn't put him at number one just because that team now is so shaky, but definitely RB2, definitely flex. And depending on the matchup, you could really get some points. A team that's really weak against the run, that's all they're going to do. Um, and it's not like you're their only option. I mean, they still have really good tight end. You still have Terrence Williams on the outside. So Brandon Weeden's a capable guy, especially with the line. You still have a really good line to protect him and do a play action every once in a while, so not all the burden's on you. So that was our finder, our keeper. The loser. Oh man, this is going to be a player every week who really underperforms, who just breaks the heart of their owner, and we all, if we're playing against them, love. So this week, the loser is Jeremy Hill, the Cincy running back, and he scored a total of .6 points this week. Now, I want to give you guys a refresher. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago we drafted our team? We all logged on, we all saw what pick we had. Well, Abdullah Express, with the 4th overall pick, picked Jeremy Hill to get 6.6 points for his team in week 2. So that sucks. Jeremy Hill is a loser. He's a big fat loser this week. And so if you see Trent walking around, pat him on the back because he's ready to slit his wrists. What happened was he rushed for 10 rushes for 39 yards, caught one pass out of the backfield for like 2 yards, and then he fumbled twice. And after that second fumble, the coach benched him, put in Gio Bernard, and Gio Bernard looked really good. Last week he looked good. This week he looked good. I don't think Jeremy Hill has lost his role. I think he's still going to be a pretty heavy guy and the red line or the goal line back. But I think this week, man, he just screws you over, Trent. I'm so sorry. I think Trent's about to lose his game tonight. He's got one player left, and I think Dakota has 2. But speaking of tonight and losing games, that brings us to our Weeper. And this is going to be a fantasy owner who got their soul crushed this week. And unfortunately, it's going to have to go to you, Bold City Tigers. We had a trade earlier in the week. I gave him Alfred Blue and Carlos Dunlap, who did pretty well, by the way. 6 tackles and a sack and a half, had like 12 points. And he traded me Pierre Garçon. Garçon got a touchdown, so I can't complain. Alfred Blue scored a total of 1.5 points for you. Keenan Allen fell off the face of the earth. I don't know what he ended up with. I think it was less than a point, maybe. Ndamukong Suh got hurt after one tackle against the Jaguars, and I think he was going to go off. Your team just fell apart, man. Your punter didn't score any points, so you need to fix that. But you were in a really close game with Cody, and just because of those things, you already ran out of points. And I think he's got one player left, and he's up by 0.1 points. So I think you've officially lost unless somehow Cody's defensive player gets negative points, and I don't know how you do that with a defensive player. But just a rough week for you, man. Just remember, there's always next week. Grass is always greener, all that jazz. But I encourage you guys to make trades. It's been 2 weeks, so we kind of can see some trends going. Some guys are still trying to find their place in the offense and defense. But I encourage you guys to do some trades. Lots of waiver pickups, just because we're so shallow right now for talent that anybody that jumps up needs to be grabbed. So there you go. Remember to go after who you want to go after in this league and other leagues, because if you don't, finders keepers, losers weepers. So thanks, guys. I'll see you next week. Sorry there wasn't a week 1, but I'll try and do this one every Monday for you guys. Go Pack, go.